Time for the weekly HexBox demo. Right here, we have a HexBox and it's got two things plugged into it. One is power, one's Ethernet going to my laptop so that I can show you what's going on. Everything that we're going to see is going on here. And then my laptop just has the browser with the GPU. So it's cheating a little bit to be able to draw the pretty stuff. And I'll share my screen in a moment. But the processing's going on here, the files are stored here, and all that stuff. And then here you can see this absolutely massive battery pack that I have. Huge overkill. It's actually drawing 0 watts. It can't even measure how low of a wattage this is pulling right now, which makes sense because it doesn't have the most processing power. But anyway, let's see what this thing can do. I have a user interface for our CLI that you're going to see right now, and hopefully it makes it easy for anyone to use. Here we are in the command center, and it's populated with real data. You can see all of these familiar objects from previous videos: Fred, Eli, Oliver, the scheduler, and the home files thing. So let's go into Eli, the Echo Assistant that you've seen before, surely. And it lists the contract. It is an assistant, and the provider is the Echo Assistant, which provides the code. And you can see each of the methods is clickable, and the raw data of this item is down here. So let's try chatting with Eli. We'll click on chat, and we actually get this really cool editor. Hey, while we're at it, let's add in a print statement. This is a pretty simple program, right? So we should be able to add one line. Hello, I just added this. Hit Control S, it saves, and it's all done saving. And now I'm going to prompt Eli. I'm going to say, hello, Eli, how are you? I'm going to run the command. Down here it's running. This is all running on the hardware. And hello, I just added this is right here. So that's perfect. The same is true for all of these things. There is a scheduler here that can schedule cron jobs, and you can see exactly what's going on. It's just running cron tab-L, and it's scheduling, it's parsing the scheduled jobs to see which ones were created by Hex. So that runs as well. You get the standard out, you get the separate JSON outputs, which can be parsed into a nice little tree that you can collapse and copy and paste and all that good stuff. So this really is a steady start on the user interface that I want to create that will make all of this very easy to use. In the future, I need to add runs so you can see all of the different runs that you do. But for now, this will be enough for this week. If you haven't already checked it out, go to tryhexbox.com. That's my website right here. You can hit join waitlist, and if you put in your email, I will tell you exactly when this is available to purchase so that we can take back tech together. So thanks for watching. See you for the next video. In addition to the one that I just showed you, I actually recorded 2 demos late last week. They're a little out of date now, but I'm going to throw them in here as well. So I hope you enjoy those, I guess, for historical purposes. First up, here's the scheduler demo. Here's a demo of the scheduler app that I just added, and it's getting so complicated to use the CLI that I'm having to keep lists of commands to show you. So this is a good indication that we need to transition to a user interface that uses this CLI. Anyway, here's the demo. First of all, we're going to just run this command. We want Fred to chat. We're going to give him the prompt of hi. We saw this in our last demo. He just lists the files in our home area. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to run Steve Scheduler schedule. I'm going to give the job name test job. The item is Fred. The method is chat. And the inputs are prompt hi. Minute, hour, day, month, and weekday are all stars, which in cron means every one of them. So every minute this job is going to run. And I'll show you before, currently I have no crons for my user. So this scheduler is going to schedule the job. So I run that. Then if I list jobs, you can see that we have a job. I also added this outputs so that even if it doesn't print anything to standard out, you can see it in the outputs. So we did schedule it. Now let's see what happened on the actual computer system. See if it matches reality. Yes, we have a cron tab-L there. So we list the runs. We see that many runs, and let's count the runs. Okay, there's 5 runs so far. I'm going to give it 1 minute and come back and see if it actually runs on its own, and we can see the runs increase. It should increase by 2 for every run because Hex, Fred is chatting, but he's also using home.list. So we should see 2 more of those. We can go inspect the output. Okay, I stand corrected. It went up by 1, which might mean that something went wrong. So let's go see what's in the runs folder. Okay, this is actually super cool. If we pop open that new folder that appeared that was run by cron, we can see exactly what happened. It failed. We have all the visibility we need to know what went wrong. It can't find the Hex executable, which is totally fine. Eventually this will be on the path. Right now it's kind of patched into my environment, so it's harder to run. Eventually this won't be a problem. I'm not worried about it, but I love that this Cron ran it, and I have full visibility into what happened, because my problem with Cron when I'm ever messing around with this is it's really hard to figure out what your script did, and you have to kind of add some orchestration to your bash scripts to log to this or that file. Actually, this was so easy. Hex is already taking care of all of that. So by using Hex to run an item, we get all this visibility for free. I'm super excited. This is actually really starting to come together. So there's the demo of the cron scheduler. Just real quick on how this works. We have the scheduler contract, which defines that you need to provide a user as state, and then you can schedule, unschedule, and list jobs. And of course, the inputs and outputs of those jobs are also listed here. The provider, which implements this contract, says basically the same thing, and then hooks each of those methods up to a Python function. And then finally, schedule. I'm not going to do every single line in here, but it's basically just managing that cron tab for you, but it's using Hex to get the inputs and set the outputs. Same thing for unschedule. It's going to go in and edit that cron tab for you using the cron tab exe. The point is you don't have to know how anything about cron works, but if you're curious, you can go in here, read this line by line. You could paste this into ChatGPT. It'll tell you exactly how this works and what's going on. And list jobs, similarly, is just going in here and parsing outputs and things like that. But it's full visibility, so very exciting. Next, here's the UI mockup demo, which predates the one that you just saw. Okay, before I completely change this, I wanted to run through this little vibe-coded HexBox start screen that I created. So all you have to do is hit begin initialization. This is intended to show for the first time you take it out of the box, right? So you hit begin, and you have to set a master password. This is the password for the Hex account, and I forget what the requirements are, but let's just try 8 characters. Secure device. Okay, this takes us to the dashboard screen, which is cool. You can hover over these 2 little apps. None of this actually does anything. You go to system, you get this like CPU load thing. Unfortunately, it's like in the top left, which isn't quite right. This button doesn't do anything. This just like shows a bunch of stuff that isn't actually anything. And this resource panel is shared for both of them, where I'm trying to have this, this is going to come from the Hex CLI eventually. But anyway, if we go back, the backup screen, kind of similar. It doesn't actually do anything. None of these buttons do anything. Same resource hub, no difference here. So that's a quick tour of the UI mockup so far. That's it. Thanks again for watching, and go to tryhexbox.com to sign up for the waitlist. See you next week.